We are back with another Sunday salvage sales scores. I don't get a lot of views on these videos, but I like doing them so much. I can't help it. Some people like them. BMX Gary likes them. He goes to salvage sales with me. I think I spent the most I've ever spent at Sunday salvage sales. It was about $100 less than I thought I was going to spend. But still more than double what I usually spend. So, for those who don't know, I live in Portland, and Portland has turned into a total crap hole. People blame it on COVID, but it started a year or two, or three before COVID. Bicycle ridership's down like over 46%. Crime's out of control. I'm trying to say it's slightly less bad this year, so therefore it's better and everything's cool. The government's got completely corrupt and incompetent. It's just all middle-class, white, Karen, manic, corrupt energy. It's terrible. I kind of can't wait to leave. Did I buy a broken fork? What is wrong with me? Yeah. So, that being said, REI, which is like a big Northwest recreational outdoor equipment, I don't remember exactly what it stands for. They had a bike shop built in. They closed. They donated all their tools and stuff to Community Cycling Center, and that's where I go buy all their excess junk from salvage. So I bought some tools. I got pretty good deals on them, really. And then I also got, standard a lot of parts from REI that were way underpriced and shouldn't even been in salvage. Some regular stuff. Went over to Bike Farm and got 2 or 3 things, and one of the dudes who used to work at UBI, which is United Bicycle Institute, they teach bike mechanic classes, frame builder classes, bike management classes. I did the frame builder course there in 2010. It took me another year to build my second bike at home, collecting tools and parts and figure it out. And then it took me another couple of years to get halfway decent at it. He had scored this fork, and he decided just to give it to me. It is a old Miata, probably like a 610, 620 fork. Magnolite tubes, double eyelets, no lowriders, 27-inch candy bosses. It's pretty cool. I like it. Do something with it. So I saw him there at the end, and that was great. I went over to Community Cycling Center after the Sunday salvage sales and bought this fork that I've absolutely looked at before and rejected, and then forgot about, because it's got a big old rusty crack in this fork crown. Maybe I'll take it back and see if they'll take it back. Oh, it's got one mangled thread. Dude, I was just so excited about it, I did not look at it hard enough. They charged me $10 whole. Maybe I'll see if I get my money back, but also maybe I just won't care. Other than that, it's really cool. It's the touring fork, but with no canties. It's all chromed. It's got lowriders and eyelets. Like, this would be cool on a bike on a frame, that didn't have canties, so I could use caliper brakes front and rear. Also, might just be a psycho and try and ride it. No, I should have known by the way the chrome's all cracked around the crown. Oh, yeah. In their bad lighting, I couldn't see any of this, but there's a bunch of stress cracks around that crack. This thing was in a bad wreck. It is recycling. Probably just recycle it and cut my losses. Wah wah. They did have these recently donated. A pretty nice set of mediumly worn out Cane Creek brake levers. All complete. Charged me $10 for them. And really only get about 15 for them on eBay, so it's probably not worth it, but maybe they'll come in a good project. Maybe I'll put them up for 20 or 30 and see. Maybe. I did find this Originate stem. It's a little bit chipped and scruffy. It's not too bad, especially on the top and front. It's tall and short, which I like. I do have a really nice set of Originate wheels I got off a bike at a garage sale for $40 last summer, and a nice set of Originate black wheels, black cranks, that I got off a bike from salvage sales a couple weeks ago. Everyone looked at it, no one cared. And I went up and looked, and it had surly hubs. It was a real beat-up, crappy Schwinn with the wrong fork, but it had silver surly single-speed hubs, and it had black Originate cranks in good shape, which I wanted because I had those wheels. So slowly getting closer and closer to building an all blacked out Originate bike. For reasons I don't know. It's not high-quality parts, but it's a brand people like now. Found one aluminum riser bar, not scuffy at all. This is going to be totally tight on some fixie or some city bike. Like, this is great. After I said and bought everything, the seat post was just sitting there. I was like, wait. Oh, I wasn't getting that. I was going to put it back. And he's like, oh, I totally thought it was yours, and so he included it with the price. I'm like, oh, if it's included with the price, it's a good size, 26.8. That's like most of the nice Japanese bikes I like to work on, so I grabbed it. It's a little scuffy, it's silver, it's 2-bolt. It'll be great on some really tiny Japanese bike. Maybe that little Schwinn I got at Goodwill the other day. I'm definitely going to build out into something. You know, after everyone was done looking around, I noticed the corner of this. Got down on my hands and knees. It was under a shelf with a bunch of bins on top so you couldn't see. But it's a nice medium-walled basket. Ooh, it's got the oversized clamps, so I need some spacers to run it on a normal bar. It's got the adjustable legs, so it's unbolt. These things slide out. They have a zillion holes drilled into them, so you can put it wherever you want, which makes them really easy to adjust. Yeah, nice medium black. I really like it. I want to use it on something. We shall see. We shall see. Sometimes you find these hardware kits floating around for basically nothing. I think there was one, actually, now I think about it. Been there for a few weeks. I'll go see if I can get it next week. Should we talk about the elephant in the room? If you guys can see my park double-armed park stand. Double-armed park stand. I got a single-arm bench mount park stand and a nice park wheel truing tool? I don't know what you call it. Stand for truing your wheels. It's got the plastic base on it, the whole deal. It's got some extra arm for hanging stuff. It's probably if you're clamping on like the disc brake rotor truing little tool. I walked in there and everyone else like a chump went to look right at the used bikes. And one guy found one nice one I would have bought for like $40, like a Cannondale with all Dior DX, like early 90s Cannondale mountain bike thing. I'd have bought that. The paint was good, so I missed out on that. But I always skip the bikes. I don't need more projects. I have lots of projects. But I went and eyeballed these tools. I saw them. I was like, hey, are those the REI tools? Hey, have you priced them for sale? Like, hey, can I buy these tools? And I'd interrupt them like 4 times. So they're just talking. I'm like, no, sell me these tools before someone else gets them. I want to know. They had 2 of these double arm stands is the only one with the tool tray. So I called dibs. Another guy called dibs in the other one. And they had 2 of these wheel trimming stands. I called dibs. And the other guy called dibs on the other one. But he only bought the wheel trimming stand. He left this double arm. So there's still another double arm stand there. I might buy it next week. It's still sitting there because I'm a psycho. And then he had a bunch of boxes of REI donated parts sitting out. And so I went and started digging through those. And this was like sort of sitting behind him, so I missed it the first go around. So I found it the second time, like, hey, this one. He's like, so he told me the prices. He said $100 on these, $50 on these. I said, cool. These usually go for 3 to 5 with the arms. The arms are 50 to 80 a piece, so I'm missing those. I only paid $100. It's got the smaller little metal base on it, so it's really for like hard mounting into like a cement floor instead of having the big base, so it can just be moved around. That kind of sucks. Whatever. And if I have to go pay $50 a piece for those arms, even at a good deal, I'll be into it $200, and they usually sell for at least 3, so it's still a good deal. This guy, when he said 75, I winced. He goes, fine, 50, and I'm like, yeah. And I really think this might be good for my buddy Avery. He's really tall. I'm trying to find something to work on his bike. He's been in a couple of the videos. We did grips on one of his bikes. We did mud flaps on one. He is so tall, this might be good to hang from the ceiling. You stay in there, bud. To hang from the ceiling and get a seat post, because, you know, he's like 6'7". So this will probably go up for sale, or I'll save it as a backup. I'll save it with somebody I know needs it. This might go up for sale, but I also might stash it in a closet until I need it if I ever do start another shop. It's good to have a nice double arm stand for working on the junk. I used to have like 5 or 6 stands, like 2 of these double armed ones, a couple of single armed ones, like stuff you could hang project bikes in, stuff you could work on customer bikes up front, stuff you can work on your own bike in the back. That's it. This is the good bag. This is the first bag I made. It's pretty fun. With some of the REI tools, they have this park cassette thing, so instead of using a chain whip, you can use this to hold your cassettes, where you break things free. I kind of miss this tool. I was very excited. Ah! I have like 4 of these. These sit over your top tube and go over your handlebars to keep your front wheel from flopping around while you're working in the stand. These are a big Velcro strap, but I always ignored that, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't have one. I have toe straps, so I need to. I've been kind of missing this, even though I barely ever use it. I got one really nice chain whip with the pedal wrench. And usually they're charging about $10 for the big tools, 5 for the medium, 2 for the little. Hosann. Little Parky, kind of worn out 3-way. One black spoke wrench. One little old Shimano. I think it's like the nicer Dior and Dura-Ace dust cap. And chainring bolt wrench. So I'm pretty stoked on that. Got some trainer tubes they didn't care about. Got those. It's just an empty envelope because I wanted it for reuse as bubble wrap. One Herman's I've never heard of rack mount. It looks like it's a dynamo light. So yeah, I got a couple dynamo projects coming up. Maybe that'll be cool on one of them, especially for free. One used Axiom rear bike light. This is an entire bag of what appears to me to be shims for handlebars. So you can shim out 31.8 bars to either 26.0 or 25.4 bars. Shims come in handy. Oh, one more tool. Some random Pedros sockety style bottom bracket, modern things. I don't have any. Someone wanted one the other day. They make like 20 different versions. Maybe those will work for something. Another weird sockety style Pedros-y thing. It's got wrench flats and a 3/8 drive. And I think this might fit my SKF stuff. One set of real generic 170 Pro Wheel Forge 44 tooth. Just generic single speedy cranks. You know, whatever with the stickers on them. Maybe they're takeoff. I don't think they have any miles on them. I'll build an ugly single speed with these or sells them. And then while I was digging through the boxes of stuff from REI, they didn't go through it all. There was an F-ton of chain rings in here, all brand new in the package. And I was like, what's the deal with this? And they're like, oh yeah, that stuff's gonna be salvage price too. I'm like, okay. Here's a 58 rocket ring with an $18 price tag. I paid 25 cents for. Here's another little 58 by 22 rocket ring. $18 price tag. I paid 50 cents for. Here's this Shimano weird 4-bolty thing. Brand new. Some of the stuff's weird, but I mean, a lot of them I'm going to sell. Another 58 by 22. So these 58s are like the inner triple ring for 90s mountain bike cranks. The 94 58 BCD. So a little smaller than the more common 110 74. It's another Rocket 58. I mean, even if I put these things up for, $5-10 brand new, they're going to sell. If they sit a little bit. I think this is a 110 74 by 26 tooth alloy. Yes, it's $22 on it. A Truative one. Another little Originate one. Some random small Torx disc brake bolts, like 3 of them. Now we're getting into more cool stuff. Here's a 110 38 tooth ring, brand new, black machined. The inside, it does have some ramps and pins, but the outside really doesn't show it. It's flat. The chainring teeth themselves aren't very ramped. This would be fine for a 1x or a single speed, or to use in the middle on a triple setup. This was totally fine for either, where most are usually really ramped and pinned and the teeth are all profiled or not at all. I have $45 on this ring. These guys are insane. I really might use that on a build. Here's a little FSA, little inner chain ring. 68 millimeter. They have a lot of 68. I don't even know what the hell that is. It's not even a bolt pattern on the package. I think they're wrong. I think it's probably 110 74 or 58. It helps hard to find. Another weird little 4-bolt one, brand new. I sell a lot of these little inner triple rings. I always grab them. People always give me $8 to $15 for them. 9-speed compatible. Look at that sticker. It's telling you what's up right there. 9-speed compatible. Engagement ring. Aluminum. Quality Bike QVP brand. And it looks like it's a little 58. It's cute. I like it. I like QVP stuff. Here's a 135 bolt 38 tooth. I just bought a couple of these for real money. because they're hard to find. 38 is the smallest you can go on 130 BCD old style road cranks. So this is the smallest ring you can get. This has no ramps or pins, doesn't need them because those cranks are pretty much all doubles. So this would be perfect for going a real compact double. You like 45, 38 or something like that. Or it's perfect for a single speed or 1x. This is a hot ring. Wait till I tell you how much I paid for this stuff. You're gonna cry. This one's labeled $50. It's a weird 4-bolt thing. It's a 46 tooth. Stuff's all gonna go on eBay for closest to these prices, and then I will lower them if they don't sell or take offers. Here's a big 48 tooth for a weird 104 BCD. They made two 104 BCDs, a Shimano and a knockoff. And they're slightly different. The BCDs are the same, but the little lips, these little shelves they sit against the cranks are slightly different. So I have definitely taken a hand file. I just filed a couple millimeters off of all of these to mix and match them before. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. But it is doable. Here's another weird little 58 tooth, or 58 BCD, 22 tooth rocket ring, brand new. It's like 10 of those, it's funny. This is a 58 weird Shimano 24 steel offset, very bizarre. Never seen anything like this. Got like weird little teeth on it and stuff. For some specifically and weird crank. Let's keep partying. Shimano genuine parts. So this is like a ring riveted to a spider that it looks like it's ramped for shifting. Oh yeah, it's got another inner ring here, so maybe this is for doing some cool vintage compact double setup. Very bizarre. I don't know what it is. It has the Shimano part number all listed on eBay, and maybe someone's looking for that and desperate, and maybe no one cares at all, and it'll sit there forever, and I'll end up donating the bike for them. Oh, here's another 4-bolt weirdness. 104 4-bolt 46 tooth. I can't use that, but these 110s, these 130s, I sure can. Oh, here's another one. I'm very excited. Here is another really nice 130 5-bolt 38 tooth. Hot, hot, hot. Hot, hot, hot. If I would have had these last week, one of them would have been on the Bridgestone, the little RB2 I just finished. Ooh, here's a cool Sagino one. It's kind of got a shot peen matte silver finish. White Sagino logo. Brand new 74 by 28. So this is for 110 74 cranks. Very cool. Very weird. Their description on their price tag is no size, miscellaneous part item, no color. And I think it says $70.03, or maybe that's some weird code. But check out this packaging. Check out their weird label. Boom, boom. Here's another little Shimano 58 by 22 tooth and steel. This is hot. Oh, some more big rings. Yes, more 5-bolt. So this is a 130 by 50. So you go 50, 38 on a road double crank set. It's got really subtle ramps and pins on it as well. So this would be the teeth. The teeth are a little weird to aid in shifting. This would probably still be fine as a single speed. It would definitely be great as a road double. Index or friction. Another 5-toothy. $57 price tag. Here's a 53 outer for a 130 road crank. So this is like normie core stuff. So a set of this stuff would be great for, you know, if you got old Shimano Ultegra or 600 or 105 cranks or whatever and the chain rings are worn out. This stuff is tight for that. Another 53, 130. No, this is... It says 130. God, that looks tiny, doesn't it? Okay. God, it looks so tiny. It looks like 110 to me. I wonder if these are mislabeled. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I should hold something up. Oh, let me introduce you to these in case you don't know. It's on yellow paper for fun, but it doesn't need to be. So you can go to Sheldon Brown's website, and these are BCD checkers. So it's got every common bolt circle diameter with the label on it. Sheldon Brown 5-bolt, Sheldon Brown 4-bolt, I think they have a 3-bolt. They have some other cool stuff like this too. You just have to, when you print it out, you have to like click a box that says actual size, so it prints to the right size instead of fits to paper. if you want it to be accurate. But what you do is you'll find what you think it is. I think this is a 110. It is definitely not. Let's go to 130. Where are you at? Bro, 130. It's definitely not. Maybe this is a 110. Oh, this is definitely 110. So I was right. You hold it up and you see it lines up with all these circles just right. These two say 110. So this is a 110 BCD ring that is mislabeled as a 130 53 tooth. So that's funny. I'm glad I noticed that before I just listed them that way and sold them to somebody who was wrong. So these are great. They're free. You should go to Sheldon Brown for lots of stuff. He's got tons of info and specs on all sorts of things. It is a wonderful, wonderful resource you should familiarize yourself with. Here's another one. This one says 110 5-bolt 46. So the same thing. It's a little bit ramped and pinned. A little bit of funky teeth to aid in shifting, but not too bad. I'd still use this on a single speed or whatever, or 1 by. And I think this is the last one. No size, miscellaneous parts, $51. And they tape the tag over what it actually says. Another 110 by 46. Pretty cool, man. I think that was all the stuff from the REI boxes. That's a lie. I definitely got these brakes out of there. You know, they're brand new, except for this one's missing one pad. But I have all the hardware. They're just cheap, generic, silver long-range brakes. I'll use these on a tune-up or a flip bike. Something cheap. Oh, I got one more little light. Nog. Think this is rechargeable. Should have a plug-in somewhere. Oh, there it is. This is Nog style where they build the little USB charger thing right into the actual light, which is so crazy. So you just take it off and just plug it right into your wall charger. That's cool. I grabbed another light. This is like the exact same ones that came on and I put back on the RB2. It's got the USB charger on the bottom. It actually works. She's got one like it on the front and she likes it. Why not have an extra one? The little rubber's a little bit mangled. If I loosen that screw and put it in correctly, then retighten it down, it'll be fine. Oh, here's another tool I grabbed. This is the first tool I saw me freak out. It's a Park FR3 4-bolt for Suntour freewheels. The little 4-prong freewheels. These are real easy to mangle, and they're wonderful, and I love that one's like brand new. I think that's most of that stuff. Then I went digging. Oh, this is in there too. A weird mezzo microshift long cage rear derailleur. I'm guessing it's some sort of 9-speed. It's missing the pinch bolt. I don't know. I may or may not care. It's probably the same company that makes SRAM. I could probably steal these pulleys. Some SRAM derailleur broken pulleys. Or I could find some pinch bolty stuff. I don't know. I grabbed it. This was not part of that, but it was way later. I was bored. I looked at everything. I went looking through the bottom brackets. I'm like, oh, wow, a Sagino bottom bracket with like a couple of hits in it. No one cares. It isn't worth anything. Why would they save it? And I looked real close, and it's got really nice patent campy super record crank bolts and washers with no rust, in good shape. They say Campagnolo on them. Those are worth $15 on eBay. So I grabbed it. Oh, I think I got this tool. I didn't show off either. This is like the Park socket set, and it may or may not be complete. They're usually missing all the Torx bits, or the common ones at least. But it looks like it might be complete. Maybe that's why I put it in a bag. You know, these are like $30 new. I think I got one. I had one in my old shop. I used to use sometimes. I loved it. Second bag. I got this. It's been there for a few weeks. It's a cheesy Schwinn branded water bottle, but it's got a cool angle to get out of the way more, and it's got the dust cap over it. My roommate is riding without fenders, and her water bottle's like covered in crud. She's like, ugh. So I got her this. Maybe she'll like it because it'll keep her little mouth part from getting covered in crud. I got one seat because I couldn't help myself. It's cheesy, it's red, it's big, it's vinyl. I have cheesy red grips, so maybe I'll do a cheesy bike with some red cheesy accents and put this saddle and the cheesy red grips on. It's not torn up, it's got some black stains. I hope we'll clean right off. Couldn't help myself. Salvage sale prices. I found this in a random bin, maybe in the bin of seats or something. But it says it's a brand new stem. It says it's 32 bucks. It's in the Dimensions box. It's 110, 38 bar clamp. I don't know. I mean, I'll bet I'll get at least 15. Oh, yeah. I used to buy a bunch of these because they're the super positive rise. They want to get their bars up, up, up for comfort. So, this is cool. I'll put this on the internet for 30 bucks and take whatever anyone will give me. Brand new in the box, kinda. Put it as new other. The box is a little beat up. It's been sitting around. This is one of the very last things I found just out of boredom. Tooling around, people taking too long to check out. Oh, I found this. And all this REI stuff. This is the Shimano 105, like maybe 9 or 10 speed air back brake. It's all complete, other than the pads. It's missing a little bit of the logo. You're riding it hard without a fender, bro. Bought one stem profile. I think it's 1-inch threadless. It says Stiffy right on it. I think that's why I bought it. Couldn't help myself. Very fun. Oh, another ring. This one's used. Boy, I probably wouldn't even bought it if I know it has all these new ones. Originate 74 by 24 5 bolt. A little chewy. When the rings, the triple rings, start getting smaller and smaller and smaller, the chain really starts eating them up. So this is like the one place I say buy steel parts for your bike. I like steel stems too. They're nice. Because the aluminum ones can get eaten up really fast, and they're so small and so light that the steel doesn't really matter. Got a couple other stems. Another ITM Millennium. I think this looks cool. I bought another one last time, put on eBay, and no one cares. But maybe someone will. And I got this guy because it's a super shorty, and people love shorties. It's shorty. It's black. It's got a little bit of positive rise. 25.4. Yeah, it looks like it might have never been used. I can't see a witness mark on it anywhere. This is some more REI stuff. So someone pulled all these out and threw them back in. And so I just grabbed them without looking. Because it's tools I don't have any of these weird T-wrench things. This is a Pittsburgh set of Torx wrenches. Okay. Oh, I guess you can mold them and spin them. So I think T25s are real common size for bikes, and everything else you'll probably never use. But it's got a T20, a T40, a T30, a T, they couldn't bother to label it, a T10. Maybe this is the 25, maybe the label is just worn off, because it's the only one everyone ever uses. T15, there's a good chance this is the right one and the one that I'll use. There's also a set of these top line, and that's why after I got them, he was talking about why no one wanted them. Because they're not metric, with another T handle set, but they are standard, so I'll probably never use them, maybe with my car stuff. 5/16. Some rack mounts that have like the eyelety bolt on them, so you can. It's missing the rest of the hardware, but you can probably steal it off something else. And one last little thing. It's a weird little thing. It's definitely missing a part, but I bet you it's got two little nubs on it. I bet you'll grind those nubs off with a file in 2 seconds. Put a regular ass bolt through and use this like a Geno mount, so you can clamp your headlight onto it. Space it off away from the frame. And that is my big pile of scores for the week. So yeah, lots of useful tools. All these chain rings are insane. This is like several $100s worth of chain rings. That's just great. And I'll probably get a lot less than the prices marked. I might get close to the prices marked on a few of them and half on a few other ones. And some other stuff might never sell and sit around forever. But whatever. I think I'm going to make all my money back on these chain rings if I'm lucky and anyone's out looking for them. The best part is the stand was 100, the wheel stand was 50, this other stand was 50. That's $200, and all this other shit's sitting there. He goes, no, let's just call it $200. I'm lazy. I don't want to like figure out all the math and all the little tools. They usually charge tools separately. So basically, they threw in 60, $70. Well, with the tools, at least $100 with the stuff. It would have been a normal score if they didn't have this big stands. I just threw it in. Some days are just magic there. Some days are so uptight about prices, and some days are just like, oh, whatever. But the guy who's the new guy running it, who's not Carl, who's been more uptight about prices since he started, he's becoming Carl. He's learning to get this junk out, because if he doesn't sell it for cheap enough, we won't buy as much. We won't buy as much. He has to go through it again, throw it all in recycling, and make an extra run to the side. Like, he has to load that van full of recycling all the time. He's starting to figure it out. It's not about getting maximum dollar. It's about getting stuff out of your way and having it be worth your time and while. If you're paying some guy $30 an hour to go through it 4 times, it's less good than just selling it for cheaper and not having to pay that guy to go through it more than just the once. So these are my scores. I got a lot of fun usable stuff. I got some tools for friends and for me. A lot of stuff to sell, a lot of stuff to use. Pretty excited. He's really been grilling me. I'm buying so much stuff. He's like, what do? You just flip bikes? You flip bikes? He expects everyone there flipping bikes. And I'm like, I can't flip bikes. I can't sell any bikes in this town. No one cares. I built a few. I've sold a few bikes. Not as many as I want. Got a lot of projects I'm not as motivated to get to because I know they'll sit around forever. I told him, I'm like, I sell this junk on eBay, dude. I make enough to pay rent anyways. I don't know if I call it a living. It's definitely a lot less than he makes, and he doesn't buy any of his stuff. They're hiring there. Maybe I'll apply. Maybe I'll still try and move to a smaller town. More bike stuff and less tweakers. We'll see, man. But this is my very, very, very medium sweet lot of slightly mismarked and weird sizes of stuff. And weird tools that need the clamps. I might go on eBay and Craigslist right now and see if anybody's got these clamps for a good deal. So thanks for watching.